throwing a temper tantrum and threatening Sean Cotton, well, I'm not interviewing with you anymore. And so I had to create a reasoning why I'm not going to do it. I can't just simply say I'm mad because you interviewed Oshino. I have to make up another reason. So what he tried to do is he took the Charlie Kirk approach. He tried to go highbrow with the reasoning why he was falling lower in the algorithm. So he's blaming it on the interviewers versus just blaming it on himself.
If it's love, I want everything. Touch my soul, touch my heart, don't judge my mental. They told me that life is simple, been real since Papa Pimple. I started out in the Renault Sonata, the presidential. Speak once and listen twice. They told me that less is simple.
It's the return of the real, man. I'm sorry. You can hate us all you want to hate us, man, but you keep fucking around, running your mouth, you're gonna find your ass up under some of this right here. Look, they got plenty of this shit for you niggas. Throw that on you niggas. You know what it is, man. East side down. Y'all know what it is. I'm an 87 nigga too. Ain't none of that romper room shit. I ain't bound to bitch shit.
Ladies and gents, we got another good one from the Forum magazine. Please go check out that channel. He just had Dawgface on there again. Shout out to my Detroit folks. And Dawgface chimes in on Charleston White dissing Say Cheese, but his larger point was why Charleston White is giving distance to any black urban platforms. And I thought his point was pretty interesting. Let's check it out. And before we watch the video, y'all do me a favor, man. Spike Lee this joint. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
I want to talk about a few different things, but the first thing that I want to talk to you about is the separation between Charleston White and Say Cheese, and Charleston White's reasoning for separating and not doing any more Say Cheese interviews. Just to fill people in, catch people up. The reason why Charleston White stopped doing interviews with Say Cheese is because he said it's depicting him in a negative light and stopping him from getting bigger brand deals and opportunities. A lot of people feel like that's a real problem because Say Cheese made Charleston White or turned him all the way up, but he don't really care about that. What's your thoughts on it?
I'm confused because I thought his main issue is because Sean Cotton interviewed Oshino. I thought that was the main issue. Although I did hear him articulate other reasonings for why he felt like that doing urban style interviews, talked about music and things that people who operate in the urban space, whether it's entertainment or whatever, I heard him say that those things really were low on the algorithm and was causing him to lose viewership and causing his interviews to be viewed lower on the totem pole. But I think his main problem, as it specifically relates to Say Cheese, is the fact that Sean Cotton had the nerve to interview somebody who didn't agree with him, and he felt like that Sean was giving Oshino sparks from state property, giving him a platform to talk shit about him. Whoever told you that we gave a fuck about hearing you articulate your point about politics? That's not where that's not how you got in front of us to begin with. You got in front of the American public as a whole, and you became known as a spokesperson for the black community specifically because of your take on all things urban, your take on the things that have to do with black people, whether it is religion, entertainment, sports, or what have you. That's how we were introduced to you.
Real quick, while y'all tuning in, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, man. Dawgface is dropping gems. I hope y'all picking it up too, y'all.
Who said we want to hear you cross over? We don't want to see you on Joe Rogan, nigga. We want to see you exactly where you at. On Say Cheese, on Real Life Street Stars, on Cam Capone, and the Dancer Project. He fell out with all those guys. I think the main issue is that Charleston White has gotten to the point now where he feel like he don't need the Say Cheeses of the world. I think that he feels like because the urban media platforms, they play to the urban media audience, right? I think he feels like that he's bigger than that. He's outgrown that. I don't think that they have necessarily did anything wrong to him, or that the conversations have been dumbed down. I think that the conversations that he's been having are the conversations that he's wanted to have. He's wanted to attack black personalities. He wanted to attack He rose to stardom by attacking rappers and attacking athletes and by attacking prominent black figures in the world of entertainment, sports, or religion, or what have you. And so I had to create a reasoning why I'm not going to do it. I can't just simply say I'm mad because you interviewed Oshino. I have to make up another reason. So what he tried to do is he took the Charlie Kirk approach. He tried to go highbrow with the reasoning why he was falling lower in the algorithm. So he's blaming it on the interviewers versus just blaming it on himself. You're not as interesting as you used to be, big fella.
So to that point, do you feel that he can be successful though, crossing over into a more professional interviewing style?
I mean, so Charleston White is Charleston White. So I don't even think it's about crossing over to a more professional style. I think it's just about the subject matter. The subject matter. Would he be successful talking about more mainstream, non-urban issues is the real question.
Real question, correction,
I mean, who wants to hear Charleston White? We already have pundits. We already have commentators who occupy and dominate that space. Could he break into it? Of course, because he has a brash, in-your-face style, right? So if you really want to elevate your game, Charleston White, then maybe you need to go on CNN. Maybe you need to go on Fox, Al Jazeera. Maybe you need to go on the Young Turks to have a conversation about, right? Because it's easy for you to shoot at the interview platforms and say, hey, you guys are not doing your job. You guys are too focused on rap shit, urban shit, and that urban shit don't sell no more, right? Urban shit is gonna always sell because the world is in love with all things black. The world is in the white America and the world over, they're in love with all things black. You just have maybe reached your peak.
There you have it, folks, man. Dogface, let me tell you, man, whether you like him or not, you cannot disagree that this man really seems to know what he's talking about and articulates himself profoundly. Now, on the Charleston White subject, I thought Dogface hit it on the nail. There are many of us, in fact, that thought the same. One point that we can address with the whole Say Cheese aspect, Charleston White was just in his feelings because Say Cheese was interviewing Ochino. And shout out to he was giving it to you, Charleston. I thought you could take what you dish out. Apparently not. So another part of me feels like, you know, just because we are in the YouTube social media realm, a part of me does think that a lot of this is scripted, right? Charleston White dissing Say Cheese, etc. Because y'all don't remember, they have done this before. But let's just go ahead and placate to the narrative that Charleston White is trying to distance himself from Say Cheese. Here's how it goes. Dogface touched on answering the question from Foreign Magazine where he was asked, do you think Charleston White will have success basically pushing different platforms, right, that are not talking about anything urban? And I like Dogface's answer. Essentially, he was basically alluding to the fact that, yeah, man, Charleston White is very intelligent. When he's not in character, he actually is very intelligent. But let me go ahead and conclude with my last 2 cents on this. Charleston White will never have the success that he does when he acts a fool on black folks. And I only say that because the only way he could have the same numbers when he goes on these white platforms is to only talk about black people. If Charleston White is on a CNN talking about Iran or whatever, let's keep it a thou wow, man. Nobody's gonna give a fuck, and Charleston White knows that. That's how I know if this so-called Say Cheese thing is true, that it was never about, oh, you think you better than black people. Nigga, you was in your feelings. And as somebody that used to really watch a lot of your videos, you know, I gotta look at you and take what you say with a grain of salt. Because most recently, you've been talking about Lil Woody's deceased son. It's one thing when you're trying to make a point about it, but there ain't no point to that. You just literally going full ham on a dead child, hoping to hurt Woody. Now, that's something I can't co-sign at all, and I'm pretty sure most of y'all can't. But what say y'all in the comment section about Dogface interview? Don't forget to check out the Forum magazine. This is Reset with me, Shaq, and I'm truly appreciative if you stay to the end. You the real MVP.
About that back 40 strap, full stalk mode, standing in the stove line, watching full jack mode. 036 just to get at that nigga. Drug him in the cell, you know, kidnap that nigga. It's gladiator school, I done seen niggas die with it. Throw him down the stairs, let's see if he can fly with it. Get him off the yard since he think it's a joke. Drown him in the toilet, let's see if he can float.